All right. As you go to take a drink, we're starting the podcast. So anyway, guys, this is Cartridge Blast Podcast, episode 48. I'm John. This is
Jonah.
I was just wondering if you got the water out of there.
I managed to do it in time.
So how you guys doing? We do these live, so bear with us on some stuff if we're having issues, but everything should be fine. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. If you're listening to this, because what we do is do this on YouTube Live, and then we'll take the audio and put it up on SoundCloud, or what is it? It's Apple Podcast now, or Apple Music or something. It's not just iTunes.
I have no idea.
Anyway,
it's iTunes.
What other
Google
other
Play
app you like to use will be on that as well. That usually goes up around Thursday. But anyway, thanks for watching and or listening. So yeah, if you're new to our channel or new to this podcast, it says it in the thumb right behind me. You know, we talk about game news, previews, reviews, and stuff like that. Basically, gamers talking games.
Hell yeah.
So thanks for joining us. I was gonna say watching and or listening once again.
Thanks
but anyway,
for watching.
Jonah, how you doing?
Fantastic. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm sweating.
Yes, actually, fun news. Today, what did you say? It's about 80 degrees?
Yeah, it's very hot.
Yesterday, it was snowing.
The end times are near, my friends.
Yeah, it was raining mixed with snow. Then it just turned to snow showers. And then today, it's just 80 degrees. So
I like to look at the TV screen when I'm talking to the audience, even though I'm supposed to look at the camera. I don't know what's
look
going on.
wherever you want to. They'll just comment and make fun of you later. It's fine.
Don't do that. I'm very sensitive. I'm brittle.
I'm brittle. He breaks easy. So, well, like usual, we'll start this off with, what am I doing? This. What you playing?
Well, I want to talk about Radical Heights, where we just played that on stream.
Yes.
Yeah. It was well, it's a battle royale game if you guys don't know Cliffy B's new endeavor.
Hold on, I have a thumb for this.
Hell yeah, look at that.
And actually, it's part of a news article we can talk about too, so we'll do that as well. So, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just because I don't like battle royale games, but I didn't like it. We had some fun when we were running away from people and we made it to the top 4.
If you survive, it's the easiest way to survive.
Yeah.
Or at least get into the top. But if you don't kill anybody,
it's really fun to avoid the fights and just like scavenge. Like you're just like a sewer rat, just getting everything you want, and then people just snipe you from behind. I don't know how that happened. How'd they get behind us? We were at the edge.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
The guy obviously had a bunch of stuff, so he's played this longer than we have.
Yeah, like a gold backpack.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was fun. It's fun if you don't play the game. But yeah, what did you think of Radical Heights?
I mean, I see most of these battle royale games are pretty much the same. I've played Fortnite and I've played this. I've seen PUBG. It's basically just I guess it was Fortnite-ish. Or this, it's like this, but, you know, more realistic looking. It's basically the same thing. Everyone seems to parachute in, and you go till you die. Then you don't have to wait for the whole game to finish, but you can just backtrack, and then you go into the lobby.
That's funny. I mentioned it though. It's that we didn't have parachutes, but people I think had parachute bags. But is it like not like coded into the game yet because it's really early access?
Yeah, we actually, for those wondering, we
just
actually
free fall.
It was actually what we played was alpha. That's what it is on Steam actually right now. But yes, you kind of just free fall and then when you hit the ground you roll. So there is no parachute, but I'm sure there's gonna be something. I mean, if not, just keep the roll. Why need a parachute?
Yeah, I think
although the parachute does enable you to kind of like get that last minute.
Yeah, get
kind of where you want to
get
go.
arc to where you want to go last minute. Your last minute directional change.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise it's fine. It's the same thing. You free fall, you aim for the target and go. This does add a bunch of interesting things. There's like instead of waiting in basically no man's land where everyone's just kind of going around and you can do whatever you want to do. This is kind of isolated into a skate park, an indoor skate park where you get bikes and you can kind of do the ramps and stuff, and then they have slot machines and things that didn't really do anything there. Maybe in the future they will. I mean, why put them there if you can't do them? So
it does look like if you get a high score, you might keep some of your money. So I guess you might be able to buy something in that. Hey, silence that. In that.
Is that your phone?
Yeah.
You monster.
Frisbee. you might be able to buy stuff from those vending machines in between matches, so you can like load into the next game with weapons.
And at first, I thought, because this game, like you said, does have vending machines, and obviously you need the money to do it. And our first match we played, I thought that was the only way to get a weapon, is you had to find cash through breaking a cash register or just doing whatever, and then you could buy it. But it's like any other game. The weapons are spread around. You get the armor is a bike helmet. Health is a cheeseburger or some bandages.
That's fun.
And but no, the slot machines, I guess they give you better weapons, so you can deal with what you have on the ground. The best seem to be the shotgun, unless you're caught from behind and you're screwed anyway.
Or if you pick up a blue revolver without any ammo and drop your shotgun and just get in a fist fight with a guy.
Yeah, that's true. That happens.
I had a meltdown during the stream, if you want to see that.
But while we have this article up, it says Cliff Belinsky wants to bring, or Cliffy B as we call him, wants to bring Battle Royale to Xbox One. I mean, we were playing with a keyboard and mouse. I have nothing against it. I'm just not that good with it.
It's very awkward for me.
I'm better than some, but not better than most at all. So
I'm worse than all.
He's worse. But for it to be on a system, same thing with Fortnite and stuff like that, and Lawbreakers, another Cliffy B game.
That was fun.
Which I liked, which I have a physical copy of. I wish more people had it and played it and kept it going, because that was a fun game. But yeah, for it to come to Xbox One, maybe it would be better on a, for me personally, controller. But I mean, it's probably going to be the same thing. It's just on a console now.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't played any other Battle Royale games, so it's hard to kind of
compare them. I will say that I like Fortnite's art style more, because I like the stylized, and it's really clean. They have a lot of budget to work on that kind of stuff.
I feel like you have the PUBG, you have the Fortnite, which is kind of, like you just said, with that art style, it has its unique, you can build things as you go. It's like it brings a new strategy to the game. This one I feel like is just making fun of the idea of the genre, just kind of like not going to serious, not going this way, but kind of just going in the middle, like the mixed bag. This is basically the Grand Theft Auto Vice City, which took place in the 80s. This looks like it's kind of like a very early 90s esque looking game. So, I mean, like I said, it was just an alpha, so it'll be interesting to see what comes out with it further. The game played fine. There were no hiccups for what we played.
Yeah, so for what it is, like the genre it is, it's fine. It's a good game. Yeah. But I'm not a fan of the Battle Royale. And I actually like the style, like the theme of what they're going for. You know, the game show, like 90s, 80s style.
Yeah.
But I would like that creativity on a different kind of game.
See, I don't know if I have I have patience, but I don't know if I have the patience to, with these Battle Royale games, is go in, try to figure out what you're doing, die, wait like 10 minutes, or not 10 minutes, about 5 minutes before you get to your next game. Because you have, like I said, you have the waiting period, then you finally skydive, and then you have to kind of find everything again. So if you map out everything, you know the zone, you know what's happening, then I guess you'll do fine. But at the same time, it's like, you play, you die, you look at your phone. You play, you die, you look at your phone. Or you play and you live. I mean, it's one of those things, though, where it's like, you're really good, you can have a good time, have some good battles, or you just get snuck up behind, because once again, there's a barrier, so it kind of shrinks in, and then it kind of isolates you back to one final battle, like all the others do. But
I will say that even though this is a latecomer to the Battle Royale party, there wasn't much of a wait for matchmaking. They got all 100 people in within within like a minute or so. That's pretty. I mean,
that was good, because we've played. We've tried a few early access games before, and there's some hiccups like that where you don't even get to go in.
Yeah, something to cancel it and restart.
Restart. This was no problem. It was seamless. You died, you come out, you go back in. So that's cool.
And it's been a little bit since announcement. So there's a fan base that plays it.
Yeah, and like I said, we were looking at what people have in the game. So a lot of people played it for a while, and they seem to be doing.
They have their strategies. They have their environmental awareness on point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this I have no idea how Lawbreakers was early on in its release, but this seems healthier.
Well, that's another thing too. I don't know. This might be better for Cliffy B with his battle royale because I guess maybe everyone's looking for a battle royale sort of thing. But then again, you don't know, is this something that he just happened to jump in again a little too late? You know, he's playing catch up again. Like with Lawbreakers, it was a fun game, but it was the same thing as, you know, like sort of Overwatch, or what was the other one, Battleborn?
Battleborn, yeah.
So Overwatch obviously consumed everyone's attention.
And Paladins. That was a thing also. Very forgettable.
So, I mean, hopefully this does better for him. I had a good time playing it. Like I said, though, the only gripe is it's just with the Battle Royale. You play and then you die and then you wait. And to me, I don't have a lot of time in my life to, you know, I usually have to schedule when I want to play a game in adult life. And unfortunately, a lot of people know about that. So for me to have to like play a little bit, then die, then wait, then play a little bit, then die, then wait, then, you know, you slowly progress, which is fine. But, you know, it's one of those things where if you're streaming the game for like your career, you're definitely going to be good at it because you're just constantly playing it.
Yeah.
And you're constantly getting better. So, but anyway, I hope that this actually expands and does well. I like to see where this is going to go because the ideas are fun. I know this picture has a skateboard, but I didn't see any skateboards in the game. But maybe
that'd be cool. Have a skateboard instead of the bicycle. There's a bicycle you can use.
Yeah, and you can actually ride the wall or something.
Yeah,
like that.
In the waiting room, you can just like walk right up the wall with your bicycle if you keep jumping.
And in the game, they have bikes too, so it'd be interesting to see how all of that kind of works together. I rode a bike to get from like one area to the other, but when it started like closing in and we knew we were gonna get closer, I kind of ditched the bike. So I was like, all right, I gotta be stealthy here because I don't want to be like an open target. But anyway, so Jonah, what else are you playing?
I played the Mad Max game that was on PlayStation Plus. I haven't gotten too far. I played like 3 hours or so.
Oh yeah, which is free if you have PlayStation.
Yeah, well,
it's
last month.
Last month.
I think yesterday was the cutoff point.
The 30th. Yeah, today's May 1st, so I guess so.
Yeah, you can check just in case there's like an overlap in the transition.
Yeah.
But the new games are released, I think, today.
Yeah, Carmine, who's usually here, he played that and he said it was really good.
Yeah, it's really. I like the fighting mechanic of it. It seemed like the getting the gasoline might get annoying because it's scarce.
It's scarce and scared and scarred.
And you can't drive your car without gasoline.
Well, that's life.
That's a given. But it doesn't seem like that much of an issue. There's always something or some around, and I can just get it and top off my
vehicle
tank.
That too.
And the levels are fun. There's the battles are fun. Enemies are funny. They say a lot of funny things. You're the guy that the deformed guy in the very beginning. He's a funny guy. That he like gives you all your missions in the beginning to get your car fixed. Mm-hmm. That's fun. I'm probably gonna finish this game. I usually start like a PlayStation Plus game and then just stop.
Yeah.
I think this is this is a keeper.
Good. Did you how many hours did you put into it yet?
3.
Or still?
Just 3. It's very little. Because I downloaded it early on, and then I played it like last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to get back into not Battleborn. Bloodborne.
Really?
Yeah. Because I have the download version now.
Wait, you want to get to Bloodborne?
Yeah.
I started playing it, actually. I'll talk about that, but go ahead.
But then I was like, I don't want to. Because it's difficult if I don't cheat. And I don't like it. And I don't want to just play my old save file again. Also, co-op is really annoying in those Dark Souls kind of games.
There is co-op?
There is, but you need an insight, and you need like a beckoning bell, and the person you're summoning needs to be using some other bell, and then you have to hope that you guys connect. And then if you want to play with your friend, you guys have to have the same password in the network settings.
It's a pain in the ass. Just
a pain in the ass.
Simple.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that if one of you dies, you have to start over, and you lose your insight.
So it's not even fun co-op.
No.
Good talk.
Yeah,
Good talk.
And that's the kind of game that was really fun to do co-op in. But
well, actually, since we're talking about, since we just talked the other game, I actually did try starting that game.
Yeah.
The only problem is, see, I'm weird. I love watching horror movies and stuff like that, and scary things.
It's not scary enough for you?
But no. The problem is, I'm weird. It's just like a seasonal thing. So once it's around Halloween, like it all like goes into full force. Like that's it. Like I want scary atmosphere. I want this and that and the other thing. So trying to play that game now, especially when there's like a bunch of other stuff going on, I'm just like, I kind of want to, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not feeling it. Like,
maybe I'll wait a little bit, see how I feel in October.
Well, that's the thing because, well, I started the game, did the character thing, and then you start the game, and then like in that building where you wake up, there's that dog or something that you have to attack. Yeah. So I start punching it, I die. Then I end up in the cemetery thing. You gotta go find the right thing to get warped back into the thing, and then I keep fighting him and I'm dying. I keep fighting him and then dying. So then I just started running past him, like, oh, I can just run past him. So I got through the door, and then I was doing some other stuff, and I'm like, because the real reason I stopped too was also because Carmine actually played it. He was hyping up God of War, so I'm like, should I just stop what I'm doing now? And because of when I played God of War 1 and 2, I believe, yeah. I didn't play the third one. Not on purpose. I just never got to it. So I actually have all 3 of them now.
That's a statement, official statement. It sucks. He doesn't like it. He doesn't want to play it.
That's false. So, but then I was like, wait, should I stop what I'm doing and catch up on the God of War? So then I got to thinking, well, you know what, maybe I'll put this on the back burner. Because I never played the Dark Souls games. My brother played them, and I was watching him play it, and I saw how frustrated he got, but I heard that Bloodborne was a lot better. Or friendlier, I should say.
Yeah, I think what I liked about Bloodborne is that you're more agile. You're able to dodge quicker.
Mm-hmm.
There's
a rolling feature, which is nice, and I was able to dodge that monster. It's just I was stupid and tried to fight him with bare hands. I mean, you could probably beat him, but I didn't know how.
I know. There's people that do Dark Souls runs where they just like they don't equip anything. They're just naked and just do.
That's what I do.
And just try to get no damage runs with that.
But so anyway, I mean, if you play Bloodborne, that's fine. I mean, I was kind of excited that you mentioned co-op, but it's a pain in the ass, so I don't want to do that anymore.
I mean, we can probably get a couple games going, but it's not going to be
fun at all.
It's gonna be fun. We just can't die.
Well, that's not fun at all.
Yeah.
It's challenging, which is, I guess, that's the whole purpose of the game. But I'll probably revisit that in October. I definitely don't want to delete it, and I definitely want to, because that was actually the free game, like you were saying, 2 months ago.
Yes,
that was the free
before Mad Max, which was last
March.
month.
So March was that was the free game. So once October comes around, maybe I'll play it again.
This month is the Remedy game, not Detroit. Beyond Two Souls.
So see, Detroit has a free demo.
No, it's Beyond Two Souls, and one of my favorite games, Rayman Legends, which is amazing.
Oh, that's free?
Yeah, it's free.
Ooh,
you gotta play that. It's really fun.
I wanted to buy the physical of that and get it and play it.
Yeah, I have the Wii U version.
Yeah.
I wanted to get the Switch version, but I was like, I 100% of that game. I played a lot of that game. I don't want to play it anymore. Because there's a lot of levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it fun all the way through?
All the way through, yeah. But I don't want to do that again.
I have the shakes. I'm good. So
we should actually stream that in co-op because it has a really fun co-op mode.
Oh yeah. We should do that. Actually, it's a good idea. Maybe next time.
Maybe.
And if you have anything that you feel that we should stream,
leave it in the comments below and subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, do all that, please. Hit that bell so you know when we put stuff up, because sometimes we don't tweet about it till it's happening.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We don't use Instagram.
Because some people end up being late. Some people, and there's only 3 of us, and a little behind-the-scene knowledge. I'm kind of taking care of everything.
Mm.
So Carmine and Jonah show up with their personalities and their information about the business.
We're the pretty faces.
But I take care of everything, so sometimes it's like, well, if these guys can't make it, I'm not going to do them by myself. So, and sometimes things happen behind the scenes that technical. And look at our last stream. For some reason, YouTube was having an issue or something.
Yeah,
and
that was annoying.
Our stream was getting messed up, so we had to restart it. And I changed settings. It was fine the next time, but it still came up as like you're having a bad stream, even though the video feed was fine. So, I don't know, YouTube was weird. But anywho, back to what we were talking about.
Which I kind of forgot about.
What else are you playing?
Rayman Legends. Oh,
Destiny?
I haven't played Destiny for 2 weeks.
Since Yonder.
I played Destiny like 2 weeks ago because it was
2 weeks ago, and it was Destiny. You had to.
You know, there was a nowadays there's a Destiny update where the Nightfalls have exclusive drops, and one of them, the Nightfall 2 weeks ago dropped a hand cannon, which I wanted, so I played that.
Did you get it?
I did, and that was fun. I haven't played it since, so I haven't even used it. But I'm looking forward to the new update, the new gear. I'm not looking. I'll probably talk about this a little later on because of the Warmind update. It has its.
Well, here let's click on it because I mean we usually talk about the games and stuff, but since there's two of us here, we'll kind of mix it up a little bit just because it makes it easier of what we're talking about too. Because some of the stuff that we want to talk about is kind of intertwined in our news subject. So yeah. We'll just talk about that right now because it's fresh on our minds and you have a lot to talk about it. Instead of switching gears, let's just jump right into that. So, all right, so talk about that.
So, Destiny 2 Warmind DLC increases level cap to 30.
Thanks for watching.
So yeah, the level cap's increasing. That's not the big news though. We have new game modes. It's like a horde mode, but it's more like an evolved version of the Archon's Forge or the Shrine in the Dreadnought in Destiny 1. So it's like a bunch of people gather in a public space and they fight waves of enemies, and there's seven difficulty levels of those enemies, and at the end you get a end game level loot and exclusive drops and armor and a shotgun. It's all cool stuff.
A shotgun.
It's very cool shotgun, full auto.
I love the shotguns, man. Shotguns are the best, especially in these first-person shooters. Shotguns are nice. So I'm glad that's in a public space because right now in Destiny 2, public spaces are pretty dull. There's not much to do. There's no sense of danger. There's no need to explore anything. Right.
I remember there's some parts of the public spaces now I just don't go into because
here's a question for you: have they utilized a lot of the maps? Because I know playing the campaign, and I don't play Destiny 2 that much, rarely ever, because it's
a bit dull.
It's dull,
yeah.
And even the campaign to me sucked. The story in it anyway sucked. It was just like the bad guy was like amped up and all he did was talk to this one guy, and then that was...
One thing, I didn't mind the story because it was loads better than the first Destiny 1. The first Destiny 1. After the second Destiny 1. But such as the Xbox one. The one thing that I'm upset about is that what's the bad guy's name? I forget Gary. He's not a raid boss.
He's call him Gary?
Yeah, remember the Gary joke in the promo trailer? It doesn't matter.
Yes.
Go.
Gotcha.
He became a giant light monster. That would have been so awesome to fight in a raid.
Yeah.
Although maybe not correct power-wise because he's like a god now. But still, Deuce, give me like a relic and it'll work. That would have been a great raid. Instead we got it was a cool raid, but it got a little boring after a while. And the gear wasn't that great. Only weapon I liked from the raid that we got was the hand cannon. I'm going on I'm like diverging.
I know, you kind of drew a...
What was I talking about?
It was my fault, because what I was trying to get at was, I was going to ask you, did they utilize the levels where, going through the campaign, you saw a lot of blocked off areas? Did they open those areas up for a lot of stuff?
In what we have right now?
Yeah.
I think those blocked off levels were open in different levels. So, like, they just didn't want you to get
I thought there was, like, you can tell it was a false wall.
Oh, that's probably just not open at all. I can't remember specific places, but...
Then you're no good to me.
But I think that...
Podcast over.
I think that if there's a false wall, that's not open at all. That's just there to keep you going.
That's a dev code, bad idea.
Yeah.
He went out to lunch, and then lost his nose to complete that.
I know in Destiny 1 there were some doors that were just closed, but you can see through like the center. But there's like a room there, but it's never gonna open.
That's false advertising.
Yeah, it's not even just like a texture. It's just an actual room, but you can't go in it.
You're not allowed.
Yeah,
it's a closet. It's where they store all the props.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, okay. So, are you more excited about this DLC than the actual game? I mean, does this seem to be on board with what Destiny 1 kind of did and expanded to an actual really good game? Or do you feel like this is just kind of playing catch up and just kind of trying to please everybody and not really getting the picture.
No, this is playing catch up. What we're gonna need is a Taken King kind of expansion, which is I'm assuming is gonna come on in September, which is the pattern that Destiny 1 went with.
1 year, right?
Yeah.
They usually had to do it.
This is changing the game, slowing down progression to keep people from getting bored, because people very quickly got all the exotics, all the...
Well, that's the same thing with, like, I was talking about when it said to increase level cap to 30. I thought that was a level cap, but you...
Yeah, the level cap, I believe, it's 20, and then you get power level to get higher than that.
Right, but I remember, that was another thing, too. It's like, within the first few days, people were reaching the cap at the time of the game release, and I'm like, what's the point of that? Like, once you make it so damn high, where you're going to want to keep people in the game for...
Or 25. Was it 25?
I don't know what it was.
I think they expanded it to 25 for this one. I don't remember.
But it was like...
It's been a while.
It's like, give us something that's, like, huge. Don't just be like, oh, it's 20. It's fine. You'll reach that in an hour. Because of what they think, like, we're going to get, like, exhausted with the game. No, we wanted to play it, but you didn't let us play the game the way we wanted to play it. You just kind of was like, oh, here, have a little... You're like throwing seeds at a pigeon. Here, eat a little bit. Eat a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. So that's why I never really stuck with it, because it didn't keep my interest. And that's what happened with Destiny 1. I wanted to get into it. I played the campaign. Sucked. And then I played the multiplayer. Same thing as Halo. Just kind of different weapons here and there. And then flash forward.
Flash Gordon.
A couple of years. Not a couple of years. Yeah, 2 years. And then you got the whole, like, 3-for-1 pack or whatever it was with all the DLC, and I played that, and I enjoyed it. I was playing with these guys, or Jonah and Carmine, that's usually here. So I enjoyed that, and I was hoping this game was just kind of going to pick up where that left off, where it's like, it gives you all of this to play with, but no, it was the same thing. We'll give you little increments, and then do the same thing as we did with Destiny 1. But Destiny 1 became good near the end, or mid to end, where it actually became a really big, expansive game with a huge community. It didn't start out great, and that's what this one did. It just kind of gave you a little bit when it should have gave you a lot. So that's my little mini rant on that.
Yeah, with War Minds, the DLC, if they're changing philosophies, with like up until now, Destiny 1 and Curse of Osiris, they nerfed things to keep him so everything's as balanced as it can be in PvP.
Mm-hmm.
So that made exotics very weak, and there's no reason to get them, even though they're supposed to be exotic weapons. They're supposed to be good.
They're just there to look at.
But with Warmind, we saw this already with the most recent update. They buffed the Vigilance Wing, pulse rifle, and that became a beast. It became overpowered, with the way exotics should be. And they say they're not going to nerf that. That's going to be the philosophy with exotics going forward. So exotics are worth going after now.
Yeah.
And they're adding Masterworks to exotics as well, so they can be even more powerful. Masterworks buff their stats and let you drop orbs while killing people, and those are good. So exotics are getting buffed. The progression itself is getting slowed down. So you need to do a whole bunch of things rather than in order to get your power level up, rather than just like one end game. What's the activity? So like now you can just do raids and get it up, but you can still do that, but it'll be slower than if you just do a whole bunch of things.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's going to be a wider array of legendary weapons you can get. I think they're going to do something about static rolls. I forget exactly what they're going to do with that. I don't think they announced anything with this, because static rolls are kind of boring right now. They're just bad. Because in Destiny 1, you could just drop weapons, and it's a random roll. Like, there's random perks on it, and in this one. And in Destiny 2, everything is just the same. Like, every Better Devils has the same perks. So they need to do something with that. I don't know if they announced anything. I haven't been too in gear with that one. Pay attention to that.
You let us all down. Just want you to know that. So what else you playing, Jonah?
That's about it. I haven't played much else.
Yeah. All right. So I'll actually just talk about this one first. I was actually I played the demo for Detroit Become Human, PlayStation. It was weird because I didn't really watch. I watched a few. I guess the E3 trailer, and then that was kind of it. I was intrigued by the I would say almost endless choices that you can choose in the game. I thought that was interesting, a game like that. And when I saw IGN actually do a live stream of it, I kind of watched a little bit of it. I didn't want to get too much into it. I just wanted to see what the game was like. And I thought I wasn't going to like it now. I was like, oh, I was kind of hyped for this game. I don't know if I'm going to like it because it looks boring, you know. I guess it was just the way the stream was. I think they were waiting on people to give them suggestions.
Yeah.
So, but I actually played it, and it was actually the mission for the demo. It was interesting. It really was. It was like you're this android. You're trying to solve a situation, or not solve a situation, but you're trying to deal with a hostage situation, and you're in this apartment building. You have to collect clues to learn so you can interrogate the person, because they have a hostage on a roof, and there's a success percentage of if it's going to obviously work or not, and the more clues you find, the better your chances of success go up. And there's multiple, I guess, ways you can go about it, and it was interesting because you follow the clues and then you kind of dig deep on it, and there's like, for instance, if there's a body on the ground, you investigate it, and then there's different points on the body that you kind of have to find. Like, it's not like directly pointed to, you just kind of like scroll the body, and then you find out, like, say the person was shot, so you actually reconstruct the scene of how that person got struck, or shot. And then it kind of plays out, and then you can play it, then you can find more clues that way. Be like, okay, he knocked over, while being shot, he knocked over this over here. So let me look in this area. Oh, there's that thing. And then you kind of work your way into solving this whole thing. Or not solving, but getting more clues about who this person was, what the motives were. And then you can approach the person, and then you have all these decisions you have to make about what you're going to say and stuff like that. And if you're not quick enough, it'll kind of just pick one for you. Or the person itself gets frustrated, and like then they're like your percentage decreases, but if you ask a different question or you handle this situation, it increases. It was very interesting. By the time I was done, like, I was really actually into it. Like, you feel it. Like, you feel like you're like, oh crap, I gotta do the right decisions here. So I don't know how the rest of the game's gonna play, but for that demo, I actually liked it.
Yeah. I do want to play that. I have it downloaded, I just haven't gotten around to playing it.
Yeah, and actually, we were going to stream it, but I wasn't sure how it was going to stream. I know I've been reading that it's a good game to stream because you have all these choices, and people, I guess, can chime in on what they want you to do.
But that requires audience participation.
Well, that's what it was, and, you know, we're a small channel, so we don't really have that at the time. A lot of people watch our stuff afterwards, of course. But it's just, that's why because I watched it on IGN first, and I wasn't really into I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to like this, so I didn't know if it was just going to hurt the experience, but it's definitely something you should try and play, like, pick it up and actually, like, try to make the decisions yourself, try to figure it out, and, like I said, that one mission, because it was like a time-sensitive sort of thing, so you kind of had to make the right decision. You're kind of, like, thinking off the top of your head, you're like, oh, if I could make the wrong decision, because actually the hostage is a little girl, so you're like, oh, I gotta save her and stuff like that. So it was interesting. It was kind of cool. But I recommend it if you have a PlayStation. Yeah, try the demo. I don't know what the full game's gonna be like, but this is a game that I'm kind of interested in. It's just something that kind of it might draw you in more than you think.
It's engrossing.
Yeah, and I mean,
it vibes with you.
I don't know how it's gonna do with you know, multiple endings and stuff, or not multiple endings, but, like, I don't know how in-depth it's going to be where people are going to want to play it just to find out, oh, if I do this, what happens? If I do that, what happens? I don't know. I don't know how many, because it's all going to depend on how many alternate endings for each scenario are there. If, like, there's only 2 scenarios where, okay, the hostage lives or dies, then it really doesn't matter how many options you want to choose. It's just going to be lives or dies. But if, like, something else happens, like if there's maybe 10 or unlimited possibilities of what could happen next in the story, that'd be interesting. So, but you're not going to know that till, I guess, the game actually comes out. So, and I guess it could be a good stream if you have an audience, because then, you know, a lot of participation in the community.
Yeah, what we could do is, like, we could make a Twitter poll or put a poll on our Facebook, look up all the questions we'd have to answer, and just, like, ask the people what they would like us to answer, and then stream us giving those answers.
Yeah.
So we'd have the answers in beforehand.
Because this demo does, like, at the end of it, it's like, oh, okay, would you like to replay it and try a different route or something like that? See, because I think there's, like, I went into one room and investigated one room, but if I went to another room, maybe it'd be something else.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be interesting. So, I thought the game was interesting. The demo's worth a play. Give it a try. Yeah, so, that was one thing I played. What else did I play? I played Ghost Recon Wildlands because they actually have a Splinter Cell mission with Sam Fisher. Did you ever play Splinter Cell?
No, I have not.
No, I have not.
I don't like video games, you see.
I was more a Metal Gear Solid fan, so actually that's funny because that kind of... I think there was a video on that one time where it was like, were you a Splinter Cell fan or a Metal Gear Solid fan? Or it was Solid Snake versus Sam Fisher. I forgot who won, but it was interesting. I kind of was, it definitely wasn't as good as the Predator mission. That thing was cool. The Predator mission was legit, really awesome.
I remember, I haven't played Splinter Cell, but I think that was the game that one of the games takes place in Georgia, my family's country.
Mm-hmm.
There's like I think you're fighting like Tbilisi or something. I don't know. I know there's one video game that takes place there, and I thought that was cool because I never see like video games that take place in that country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's my tangent. You can continue.
Nice. Well, that's cool. Carmine played a lot of the Splinter Cell games. Once again, I wish he was here for that. He would have enjoyed that. But I don't know. I feel like with Sam Fisher, a lot of the games, it's real stealth. Like you can't alert anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But this mission, unless you've played it and you've done it a different way, but I feel like it requires you to get a helicopter and parachute onto a roof and then like go in and talk to them versus like sneaking in and trying to not alert anybody. I mean, I guess you could if you wanted to, but there's so many guys in this area. I don't think it's possible with this game design. And it's a hard mission. A lot of waves of bad guys come at you, and what you get is iconic night vision goggles. So, but I like the Predator one better. You got the Predator mask, and if you have the heat vision enabled, you actually get the Predator sounds and everything through it. So it's pretty neat. And the music plays as you're listening to it. So, but that was interesting. I played with my brother. It was a good time. I like what Ubisoft is doing with that game. It's neat that they're putting in these tie-ins. And also, when you beat that mission, there's an actual nod to Solid Snake. He was talking about another special op and stuff like that, and he was talking about Solid Snake. So it was kind of cool. There was a little nod to him. So yeah, I played that, and we talked about Radical Heights. What else did I play? I think that was it. Yeah. Oh, and then Bloodborne, we talked about that. So let's get on to some news stuff while we're on the train of news, because yeah, so we talked about Detroit, we talked about Destiny, we talked about Battle Royale, Radical Heights coming to Xbox One. Let's talk Capcom, actually, because this is kind of something you would think I'd be interested in. We got, what was it, 8-Bit? I am 8-Bit.
Yeah, that's the company that sold that Street Fighter thing, right?
There was a Street Fighter 30th anniversary collection. Same thing, it was like $100, I think it was, and
it was like an excited impulse buy.
Yeah, I mean the box is cool. I like the box of it. But it was definitely overpriced for what it was,
especially with the small print. Yeah, it's emulated rather than direct. I have no idea how it works.
Yeah, it's not like the game chip is just emulated. So,
and also it catches on fire.
It might cause your original Super Nintendo to catch on fire. Anyway, what they did here is the same thing they're doing here. Limited release, a very limited release for a special disc like this one. It shows a blue one. For the Street Fighter, there was a green one. It kind of looked white though, but it glowed in the dark.
So it'll be green at night.
Yes, it glowed green at night. And then if you had that one, I think there's only a couple of thousand made for that.
You might have it.
I might. I'm not opening it. I have a box and I'm not opening it. So, for this though, they have Mega Man X and they have Mega Man 2, and this is for the Mega Man 30th anniversary, which is funny because Mega Man 2 and Mega Man X did not come out in 87. Mega Man did, but whatever. We'll just choose the best ones. And Mega Man 2 is known for being one of the better original games because that has some cool music. Mega Man X, obviously the first Mega Man X game, which is iconic for Super Nintendo, stuff like that.
I hate when they do that, the retro pack-in surprises. If you're spending $100 on, I want to know what I'm buying.
Exactly.
I don't want a mystery.
So basically, you're paying for a $100 repo cart and a fancy box, which is actually backed by Capcom. So could you say it's an official release? I guess you can, but it still is overpriced because you can just go buy the anniversary collections, play all of these.
I guess it's kind of like the Atari flashback consoles. It's backed by Atari or Sega. Sega flashback consoles is backed by Sega, but it's not made by Sega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with these two, like again, they're gonna have the limited. You get the clear one, or you get the white and this blue one here for
I don't know.
Mega Man 2 and the Mega Man X.
I don't know if 8,500 copies. Oh, there's only 1,000 blue ones. Yeah, I feel like that's like a lot.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, 8,500 is not. I wouldn't consider rare. You might, but
it's like if they think that they can just say the number, it's like, oh my god, that's probably a very little. I should buy it.
But really, what they're doing is they're including this $1,000 blue one because they want people to be like, oh well, I'll buy it because 1,000 is rare. I would say.
Yeah,
that's rare for something like that. But I mean, the people buying this are collectors, and I'm pretty sure most of the people that would buy this already have the original. I mean, I have the original. I don't have Mega Man X just because it goes for a little more than actually $100. So you can probably say that this one's right, but I mean, what you're getting for, you can probably, like I said, if you look hard enough, you might be able to find it, but this is a repo cart. You can buy a repo cart for, like, cheap. You're not going to spend $100. I mean, for this, you're paying for the extras that come with it. So you're buying the box, you're buying the trifold,
it's a cool box,
the foil gloss, and the booklet inside. Instruction booklet, which might be the same as the original booklet. This was the actual Street Fighter 2 thing for people that were curious. I'll click on it real quick. That's what it looked like, and then it came in, I don't know if they'll show the box, but this was the glow-in-the-dark green one that was limited. Actually, look at that. That's a lot less. That's more than what they're actually putting out for the Mega Man one.
So, only like 1,000 orders shipped with...
Oh, it's still the same thing. Okay.
Yeah, so...
I don't know why this was... Alright, 1,000 ships.
So,
okay.
Well, out of the whole thing, there's only 5,500, but 1,000 of those is...
Yeah, so actually this one would be more rare than the actual Mega Man one. But anyway, so, I mean... Jonah, you didn't buy the Street Fighter one, did you?
No.
I remember you telling me about it, and this was last year, and I bought a lot of games last year. This year I kind of cut back on that because I have a lot of games I have to play, and I got a lot of good retro games last year. But I was limited run games.
Oh yeah.
They released so many random games, but the problem is they sell out like that. And that there was Night Trap that came out.
Yeah,
and I swear, I that was a game I was looking at for a while, just because it was rare. It was one of those games that was controversial at the time, so I wanted to get it. I thought I was ready. I saw the timer for when you can order it. I clicked on it, and it froze. And by the time I was in my cart, it was already sold out. So I feel like I got gypped. But anyway,
I think people have like bots there to snatch up any orders that they can.
And I mean. What they do is great because they bring digital to physical. So I don't want to say anything bad about the company. They do their thing. The problem is, it's unfair a lot of times if you're not fast enough or have a bot. But if you know them professionally, they kind of give you games.
Yeah.
Or they don't give you games. You buy them, but they hold them for people. Like I saw a bunch of people like, "Oh, thanks for giving me Night Trap," and it's like the limited collector's edition.
Excuse me.
Like, how did you get that? But anyway,
I remember I trekked into New York in one of their video game shops.
Yeah,
because they had some copies of Night Trap from Limited Run, and I asked them over the phone if they had the collector's edition, and they said yes.
Which I was looking for.
I walked in, and they were like, "Oh no, we only have standard." I'm like, "Excuse me."
I'm sure they gave it to somebody.
Yeah, that was upsetting.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so this was the Street Fighter one was on the brink of that, where I was just like in the mode where it's like, oh my god, it's limited. I got to get it before it sells out. So as soon as you told me, I went over and I bought it. I think that was $130 actually.
The collections? I don't think it's $130
for the Street Fighter.
Oh, Street Fighter! I have no idea.
Something like that. Anyway, I bought it and it was weird. Like as soon as you do it, you like feel so much regret. You're like, wait a minute,
what have I done?
What did I just do? And then you look into it and it's funny. I had a disclaimer. It's like this may actually cause Super Nintendo to catch fire. But anyway, I was like, wait a minute, did I just buy a very expensive Street Fighter 2? That's been ported like all over the place. That's easy to get in a collector's edition. I was like,
it's in a nice box.
But then I convinced myself. I was like, you know what? Screw it. You know, it's a collector's edition. I'm never gonna open the box in its shrink wrap, and I'm just gonna keep it on my shelf, and that's that. But that's when I had an impulse buy. But this I wouldn't do, just because. I mean, it's great that it's limited. It's great that it's this Mega Man. That's awesome that they did Mega Man. But then again, I have the original Mega Man 2. I have Mega Man X on a collector's edition for PS2 and PS4. They got a Mega Man X collection. So, you can find these games. Obviously, like Street Fighter 2. If you want to collect them, that's great. That's what this is for. A lot of people kind of mocked the Street Fighter 2 one, but at the same time, once it was over, eBay's still able to have them listed for over $200. So, I mean, what's it going to do for this? Like I said, it's just one of those things where it's going to be a collector's item. You're either for it or you're not.
It's so easy to mock this, though, just because of that setting your console on fire thing.
Yeah.
I
don't know why they chose to do this blue for... I don't know. I mean, the whites... maybe okay. I mean, really, I would want that. Like, but that's only $1,000, and you're not guaranteed to get it. So that's the problem. Is,
and like if you do buy it like on eBay, it's already open. That's how they know.
Exactly.
It's like I want it sealed and I want it blue.
Yeah, that's the only reason I would buy this is if it's sealed and you don't know what you got. So, but anyway, just felt like throwing that out there. What do you guys think? Is this something you guys would be interested in? Do you think Mega Man X and re-release of Mega Man 2, do you think that's worth the $100 each for these repo carts? And I say repo because, like I said, they're emulation. So anyone could take, like this case, if it wasn't blue and it was a regular case, you can say this was some sports game that's, has like you go to any used game store and they would have like 50 of those. So what they do is they take the carts, take the chip out, put the emulator on it, or put the Mega Man 2 on it, put it in, put their own sticker on it, and sell it as Mega Man 2. That's what a repo card is.
The more you know.
Yeah. Or they actually 3D print their own cartridges, which is kind of cool, because then you get a fresh cartridge. Anyway, it's still a repo.
While we're on the topic of overpriced nostalgia, a little thing on the bottom of this page reminded me of the Atari console right there.
This?
Yeah, well, that's not
Sega Master System.
Well, it reminded me of the new Atari thing.
Yes.
There was they just announced that they're going to start pre-ordering the consoles now, but we still don't know exactly what you can do on it. They're not telling us.
Was this the crowd-funded?
The crowdfunded thing. You can
Atari console.
Pre-orders are going to open on
GoFundMe,
maybe, or one of the other ones. Not Kickstarter, the other one.
See, the problem for Atari for me is I don't have a nostalgia for it.
Me too, but it's gonna have preloaded old stuff. But what everyone's curious about is the fact that it's gonna play modern games, but like we don't know exactly what that means.
Because we don't know what that means, it's not. It's gonna be like what was it? Ouya.
The Ouya.
Oh,
that garbage fire. I don't know. Maybe it was fine. I never played it.
But that was like sort of the same thing. I mean, it was a different name. You can throw Atari on it. It might have done better. But the fact is, it's going to be the same thing. Like, you have to get people to want to make games for this thing. And what kind of games are going to be on it. Are they going to be like is it going to be Nintendo Switch quality? Is it going to be higher than that, lower than that? I don't know.
What if
I don't know.
What if it's Atari's new flagship entrance into the console race? So the next generation will be PS5, Xbox 2, Nintendo Switch 2,
and
Atari this. What is it called?
Atari this.
Atari
that
this.
Should be the
We're
name
back.
Of it. We're back. Better than ever.
We have Pong 2 now.
In 4D. You feel it. With VR. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that's going to be something I'm going to have to watch, see if I'm interested in it. If I had a nostalgia for Atari, I'd probably be like, oh yeah, that sounds cool, but I don't.
I'm skeptical of Atari because they just recently started selling speaker hats. Like speakers, like Atari speaker hats. There's speakers on the hats.
Like, do they come down or you have to?
No, they're like baseball caps.
They just vibrate your
and there's
head?
like a thing on there. I don't know. I've never worn one. They're like over $100.
Atari's trying anything. They're trying to be the first for things. All right, well, let's talk about a company that knows what they're doing, or maybe Nintendo. Nintendo Labo came out, and to my surprise, it's actually doing pretty well.
Toy cons. That's funny.
Toy cons.
Yeah.
Now, Nintendo was obviously a company that was known for making toys. I think they used to make cards and stuff like that
Hanafuda cards.
Back in the day. Way back in the day.
Might have said that wrong.
You probably did. Shame on you.
They started in like 1800 or so, 1800s.
Yeah.
As a card producer. I'm not going to say that word again.
So this utilizes the Switch, but you kind of build these things that interact with the Switch itself and different games and stuff like that. And surprisingly, it was actually very popular amongst different age groups. And I mean, you know, as someone that would look at this, I guess it's fine to build things like for this. You have a racing game here.
Looks like such a pain to put together.
I mean, it's cool if you want to do it with kids and stuff like that. They have an interactive thing that they build. It's not, you know, but I mean, buy them a Kinect set or something like that, or.
But this helps with their creativity, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it tells you how to build everything. It's not like Legos where you can kind of use your imagination. And I'm talking about like a
hide the manual.
Hide the
Make
manual.
them figure it out.
You do it. I think it's all cut out, but I mean, you have little kids playing it here, and people said they actually had a good time playing it. And I mean, that
there's the hero right there.
This was the thing that I liked. I remember from the first trailer, and I don't know. I mean. That would be cool, I guess, but at the same time, how much use would you get out of it? That's the thing. I mean, they're not cheap. This Labo, and I mean, how often do you think your kid's gonna play with this?
Well, my kid in particular, I don't know. I think he'll crush it in like an hour.
He'll fall on it and break it. But that's the thing. So, but I mean, it's nice in the beginning. I mean, it's $70. And we'll see if it actually lasts. I mean, they might actually, if it's successful, they might actually have different variations of it and come out with better things. And it could be the new Lego.
Or, yeah.
You're saying or not.
Maybe the new Mega Blocks.
The Mega Blocks. So, but anyway.
Labo. It's fine if you want it. That's the slogan.
Oh, the robot kit. The one we were just looking at is $80.
And there's the variety kit with the piano and whatever.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's fine if you think your kid's going to enjoy it.
I just can't get over the fact that Michael Pachter said like years ago, Nintendo would sell cardboard and people would buy it, and this happens. That's the funniest thing to me.
Someone took them literally.
Yeah.
Said, wow, wait a minute, you're onto something. We can do that. Would you ever buy it?
No.
Me neither. But then again, I don't know. If it's something that could take off, like kids are talking about it in school, like, oh, hey, did you do this? Did you do that? No. It could spread like wildfire.
Like, yeah, I think you'd have... I think I might look at it a different way if I was a parent. Because this might be a good thing to do with your kids. Put it together and maybe play with them.
Yeah.
With the Labo.
I don't know, though. I still... Like, this is great. It's great for what it is. I still say maybe Legos are better for interaction with your kids. Like, kind of like you can use, you know, you buy the sets, but then you could build your own ship if you want to. Like this, it's pre-cut, it's pre-made. You have to just, fold it all together and create, and I guess build it from the stencil that's there versus using your own imagination. I mean, the games themselves, they probably allow you to use more of that. Like the house game seemed pretty cool. The fishing game, it's all life and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's interesting. I'm actually surprised it's doing as well as it is. But the next question is for how long is it going to be doing? So, but moving on. So Nintendo is actually redesigning the Switch Joy-Con because of there's a connection issue with the left stick.
I remember I was reading about that before I got my own Switch. I haven't had a problem, but there was an issue with the left Switch Joy-Con just kept disconnecting. And the only way that you could fix it if you'd had that problem on your Joy-Con was opening up the Joy-Con and messing with the physical wiring of the console.
Yeah, I remember when the Switch first came out. Within like a few weeks, I think someone had a fix for that. But like you're just saying, you had to crack it open, and I think the signal wasn't strong enough. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think it was being blocked by something, like the way the wires and the antenna or whatever. I don't know. It's technical stuff that I'm not knowledgeable about. It's just it wasn't built right, and it suffered for it.
So now they're coming up with a new, I guess, redesign internal, I would assume. I mean, if they're redesigning it, speaking of redesigning, would you want like a different Joy-Con?
I feel like by redesign, it'll look the same. It's just the insides will be different. So
they'll do exactly what the fix is. It's just now
they'll just fix it and now it's fine.
Yeah,
yeah. Maybe it'll be cool to have like a different kind of like a outer design. Maybe I don't know. Maybe something bigger just in case.
Well, when I first tried the Switch, I think it was actually on when we did our ARMS video. When that first came out, Carmine came over, brought the Switch, and at first I thought the controllers were too small. Like I feel like they were too small when you're holding it one-on-one, like just by itself. Mm-hmm. If you add the adapter to it, which comes with the Switch, I think it helps. But at the same time, I feel like your hand gets cramped a little bit over time, maybe. Yeah. So maybe a little bigger one, because what Sony did with the PlayStation 4 is they took the controller and actually made a mini version for kids. Mm. And that'd be interesting if they kind of make a bigger version of the Joy-Con. But I don't know. At this point, I'm used to it. I think a lot of people are used to it, so I'm not sure if that's worth it.
It could just be like a different. It'll never be packaged with the console. It'll just be another option.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be nice to have.
I mean, they do have the controllers, which I have yet to play a Switch game with the controllers.
The Pro Controller?
Pro Controller, or
I can lend you mine if you want.
Walmart actually has exclusive controllers too.
Do they?
Yeah, they have
like official or by third parties.
I think official. I mean, they got Mario on it, like Bowser and stuff like that. Next time you're at Walmart, check it out.
Oh yeah.
So I guess this is just going to be an internal design. It's probably not going to be an outer design. So yeah, it says it right here, internal design for Joy-Con. So. Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask you if you thought of any redesigns you can think of, but I mean, at this point, like I said, we're all used to it. So, unless it really bothers you, then...
Like, you know what could have used the redesign? Nintendo 64. That hand.
Well, they actually, 2018, so many years later, they actually, I think not Nintendo officially, but they came out with another... I guess a better version, like more of a handheld, more like a modern controller for it. Yeah, no, Nintendo 64's controller is very strange. Even at the time, I wasn't really like if you're playing Golden X, GoldenEye. If you put that game in right now and you haven't played it in so long, you'll forget and not know what you're doing, like how to move. You don't realize that the C buttons are actually how you move, and like it's very interesting. I guess you get used to it, but at the same time, it's terrible controller. Yeah.
Also, the PlayStation got a redesign because it started out without the analog sticks, and then it got them.
Yeah. Well, they added the DualShock, which actually vibrated, and with the DualShock, they have the joypads, like you're saying, or the joysticks. Mm-hmm. So pretty much the DualShock 4 controller that we have here, it's not much different than the DualShock 1 version. So, I mean, once you have a good idea of a controller, you stick with it. So, but like I said, with the Joy-Cons, I'm used to it. It's not a big deal. Maybe make a bigger one. I don't know. But then again, you can just attach it to the device, the controller. I don't know what that one's called. That came with the Switch.
I don't know.
It turns it into a controller.
The thingamajig.
Yeah, the thingamajig that turns it into.
But I know some people like to play it with as like an NES controller, and maybe having a bigger Joy-Con will let you play more comfortably on the side.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea that you have two controllers basically in one system, and they're, you know, you can switch them out to, you can use them with one in each hand, or you can give one to your friend, and then they could play it as a controller. So if they were just a little bit bigger, I don't know. It's interesting because I don't know. I'm not a designer. I'm sure they thought hard about that, and they're like, this is probably the optimum size for the way we want it to use for everybody. So they know what they're doing. I'm going to assume they know what they're doing. Maybe they'll announce something at E3, which we're going to talk about right now.
E3. Excited.
Because Nintendo actually...
Save the date. It's the next one.
This one here. They actually have...
the little schedule planned.
Their schedule, if you will. So, whoops. Let me zoom in on this for everybody to see. They probably can't see because it's so far away. So, Splatoon 2 World Championship. I mean, E3 kind of, they have their own pre-made video, what they've been doing for the last year. Yeah, they never do the, I wish they'd like a live
I wish they'd do a
conference.
press conference again, just once. Because I remember they stopped when, like, right when I started getting back into video games.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I want to see that. But
now they do the. They do a Treehouse Live, but that's
not
just
as
weird. I feel like they're just paid people interviewing Nintendo and playing these games. And I mean, if you look at last year when they were demoing the how was it, the game where you can like milk the cow, and like people were all excited, they're wearing the stupid hats. I'm like, no,
yeah,
like,
no matter, you can't hype this up.
Like,
you can't hype it.
Be honest with this. Don't just like. Just because Nintendo's there, don't be like, dude, why would you think this is fun? So anyway, they're gonna have obviously the presentation, and then.
Although I will give them the credit for the presentation that there's never any awkward jokes or moments like they do in press conferences.
It's not true.
No,
it's not true.
It's planned.
Nintendo does some very strange things. In
yeah, but it's planned and it's funny.
Well, it is planned. They think it's funny. It's not always funny. But
it's always funny.
It's always funny. I'm wrong. He's right.
And I hate when they bring out live entertainment. Like they bring out like a rapper and the guy raps and I'm like, he's okay, but I'm not here for this. Just give me a.
Well, listen, anything's better than PlayStation. That just the one guy in the suit comes out and he's like, "You like games? There's some games. Go buy them.
I'm late for my brunch.
It's time for me to leave now." And then you have Phil Spencer come in, it's like, "Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, we're gonna freaking make games!" And then he does his cool stuff. And then, anyway. So, but Nintendo, E3, they were saying Super Smash Bros. Is going to be a big highlight of the thing. So, and I think you told me, I think it's somewhere too on the internet, I'm sure, but it's not just going to be a remaster. It's going to be like a new thing.
When did I say that?
Maybe you're talking about Pokemon. Yes, you were talking about Pokemon.
I was talking about Pokemon.
Talk about Pokemon real
I was talking about Pokemon. Okay, yeah. Pokemon. It's going to be a new thing. Not a remaster.
And it's not going to be another Pokemon Go on Switch?
Hope not. I hope... Because I'm not going to talk about Pokemon Go. I'm excited for the Switch game because it's a new diversion because this is E3. But Pokemon for Switch will not be a remake. It's not going to be like Sun or Moon on Switch. It's going to be a new game.
Do you think it'll be announced at E3?
I hope so. And I want Super Metroid on Metroid Prime on the E3. That'd be great.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be announced. I mean, they teased it last year. Obviously, the title they just said Metroid Prime 4. So I'm sure they're going to have. I don't think they might have gameplay. They might have a trailer. Something.
Yeah,
maybe they will have it.
I'm hoping that they do the one more thing, but they might save that for They might save that for
One
Smash
more
Bros.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Smash Bros. That's going to be something.
It's just I'm not that excited for Smash Bros. I don't care that much about the series. I play the game sometimes. I played the 64 version the most, and I skipped Melee and Brawl, and I've got the Wii U version.
I thought Melee was the best one.
People think it's the best one. It's still alive. People play that more. I got the Wii U version, and that's fun.
It's got to be innovating. I mean, then again, it's the same thing. It could just be like a huge esports sort of thing, and it'll take off like wildfire. But I'm excited to see what it is, like what characters they have in it, if they have any new ones, and the way it actually plays.
It's always fun for them to reveal characters. Like I was really excited for when they revealed Mega Man, even though I don't care about the series, the Smash Bros. Series. I like Mega Man, but so I'd like since we already know about Smash Bros. I'd like them not to save one more thing for Smash Bros. And just be like, hey, here's Metroid, or hey, here's Bayonetta 3,
right,
or Pokemon. That could be. I think
because it was announced in the last Nintendo Direct that we kind of want something else now. It's like, what else? Because last year it was Zelda, it was Mario. You know, the two highlights of the Nintendo genre or the system.
And they were contenders for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So that was a strong showing for.
And Metroid Prime 4 was teased during E3 with the name, and the next Pokemon was teased with a guy in his underwear.
He's like,
with some sticky notes.
We're working hard.
We're working on it. Just gotta find my socks. Get right on that. So
he's in the middle of his lunch, and he just like came in with a camera.
What are your thoughts on Pokemon? What? Who's making Pokemon? Yeah, sure. Why not?
First time hearing of this.
So, it'd be nice to see what else is coming out. I mean, Donkey Kong. They just had that Tropical Freeze.
They brought it back it over from Wii U.
Wii U. So I mean, I feel like they might try to squeeze in some more Wii U ports, just because obviously the system didn't do well at all, and they want to resell some of those games on it because there's some good games on there.
Yeah, some great games.
I never had a chance to really play a lot of them because I didn't want a Wii U. I was one of those people that are like, nah, I don't want any of that.
You
nonsense.
failed me, Nintendo.
So,
but I got the Wii U.
But you're making up for it now, so show us something good. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it wasn't a real big prediction, but it's just starting to rumors and stuff like that. So they have their schedule out. It's not really much of a schedule. It's kind of just like, oh yeah, hey, but it does have time. So that's good.
The only thing I'm really interested in is the video presentation, and then maybe I'll tune in on the Treehouse every now and then.
Well, if you're into Super Smash Bros., I mean, it says it here where they're going to highlight it, so that'd be cool. That's going to be nice. I'm just curious to what it's going to be. I mean, anyone who ever played Smash Bros. Should be excited for that. So, but anyway, on the E3 talk, we're talking Phil Spencer. He was saying, like last year, what'd he say? But it was about when Dragon Ball showed up. He's like, before it showed up, he was like, oh yeah, and here's a crazy fighting game from Japan that he's like, I think you guys are gonna like. Like he had no idea what it was. Like, it's just like, it was wacky and crazy, but it turned out to be freaking Dragon Ball fighters, and it just
looks amazing.
The trailer blew everyone away. We're like, oh my god, what is this? So that'd be interesting.
They also had the Code Vein, which is another Japanese game it's like a Dark Souls kind of game, but it's more anime.
So, but the title of this is the JRPGs and Japanese publishers will be on Microsoft's E3 stage. So that's interesting.
Yeah, somebody asked him on Twitter if they're going to continue having more Japanese games on their E3 stream press conference. And he was like, yeah, we're going to do that. Things change. It might not happen, but as of right now, yes, we're doing it.
Things change.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I like RPGs. I like the Japanese games. Their art stylized.
Monster Hunter, that was only PlayStation, right? Monster Hunter World?
Yeah, no, that was Xbox also. Monster Hunter was PC, Xbox, PS4. Was it PC? I don't know if it was PC, but it was Xbox definitely.
Do you think these are going to be ports from another console, or do you think these are actually going to be original for Microsoft?
I think. Well, I don't know if it's going to be for Microsoft only, but it's going to be. I think it's going to be new games that are announced here, and they get first dibs to announce it. I'm assuming, it's like Fighter Z. It was announced at Microsoft's conference, but it was on PS4 and PC also.
I tell you, I didn't have an Xbox then, but if that was going to be Xbox only, I would have bought an Xbox for that game.
Yeah. So I think that these Japanese games that he's mentioning are going to be new announcements, and that's going to be fun. Maybe it's going to be the rise of. God, I forgot it already.
Tomb Raider?
No,
that was a game.
The return of the game that I was really upset got canceled that I forgot the name of, so I'm a little embarrassed now.
Oh yeah, starts with an S.
Yeah.
Right?
Scalebound. Scalebound.
Told you.
Platinum Games Scalebound.
Nailed it. Samsonite.
Although Platinum Games is working on Bayonetta 3, so they probably won't be working on Scalebound anytime soon.
Do you think a Halo game will be announced? I mean, they're talking about bringing Halo experience to PC. I know because they're just talking about shutting down the mod that has Halo Online. It's like, I don't know if you heard about that, but...
I didn't know.
Yeah, so there's a game now that's been modded to have Halo Online and Microsoft, or 363. They're taking it down.
343.
343. Sorry, that was the sequel.
20 higher.
20 higher. Yes, I was almost there. But anyway, so they are probably going to announce something like that, like maybe like some sort of online universe.
Yeah, if they don't announce a new Xbox, a new
Xbox already.
No, if they don't announce a new Halo game, I think there's going to be some kind of Halo announcement. Maybe they're porting them all to
next
PC.
year. There's not one now. There's going to be one next year.
No, maybe they're porting them all to PC, or there's going to be a new service for Halo Online. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be like a GTA mode where it's Halo, but everybody's in the same world, just stealing each other's cars. I don't know.
Makes sense. Robbing banks, taking everyone's...
Pulling heists. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while, obviously,
since
since the last Halo, and obviously that was the flagship game for Xbox, and we haven't heard anything in a while. And
do you know when the last Halo announcement was?
Halo 5. And that was 2015, 14.
Well, I think the Halo Wars might count, right? Halo Wars 2.
Halo Wars 2.
I think that was like a year later or something.
I'm not into that game. I don't like RTSs.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Personally, I've known people that play the heck out of them, so good for you. I'm just not that type of gamer.
Hey, what if they announce a Halo RPG?
Be interesting.
Like a turn-based RPG, like Chrono Trigger. What if they do a Chrono Trigger game, but it's Halo?
I mean, listen.
You'd be into it. I'd be into it.
They did it with Mario RPG.
I mean, if Halo can cross into RTS, why can't it cross into RPG?
It would just have to be. I mean, people think of Halo, they think of fast action pack gameplay. So I don't know if you can fix that into JRPG.
Yeah, they could totally do it. I'll be right. I'll say they can do it, and they can do it.
Phil, we know you can do it.
If they want my support, I'm giving them my support. That's all they need.
So, but as far as anything else for Xbox, I don't know. I mean, that'd be nice. Maybe they'll have some Cuphead DLC or something like that announcement. Because that's a fun game.
Cuphead.
Yes.
That was a hard game.
It is a hard game. It's a good game.
Have you gotten any further? Or no. was that Carmine's game? I don't remember.
Well, he allowed us to get it because he had an extra code for a game.
Oh,
so.
right. Yeah.
Thank you to him.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I kind of want to play it, but like I kind of want to play it. I don't want to play it.
No, I definitely I want to play it. I just haven't had time. I was trying to play other games. So.
Yeah, that game looks amazing. It sounds amazing. It's fun. It can get difficult.
Yeah. Well, every time I turn on my Xbox, I'm still playing the Halo Master Chief Collection with my wife. I'm playing Halo 4 right now. I like Halo 4 a lot.
Halo 4 is fun. It's good.
It was 343.
343. That's the first 343
That was the first game, and very different from Bungie. Like playing from 3 to that one, you just know it. But it's good. It was a good change. A lot of fun times. I'm very interested in Halo 5. Carmine did not like the campaign. He told me about it. He says the multiplayer was phenomenal, but I'm not interested in multiplayer right now. I just want to play the campaign with my wife. So we're almost done with 4, so I'm interested to know what Halo 5 is all about. because I didn't have an Xbox at the time that came out, and I wasn't going to buy an Xbox for Halo if the game wasn't phenomenal, and apparently it wasn't phenomenal. But anywho, I'm curious if there is going to be a Halo 6 or it's going to be something different.
Mm.
But anyway, we'll find out at E3. Microsoft's all up and down. They really, right now, they're all about their services. Sea of Thieves didn't do so well. Well, I don't know. I was never interested in Sea of Thieves.
Maybe they'll announce some kind of free expansion for Sea of Thieves at E3.
I don't know. I'm not interested. What else are we talking about here? We're talking about Cyberpunk
2077,
which is a game that
CD Projekt Red, the guys behind The Witcher, which is a fantastic action RPG series
that you can spend hours
doing side
days,
quests, and get lost
years,
and then eventually you get demotivated into doing the main quest, and you're just like, I'll get back to this another time, but you never go back.
Fun fact about The Witcher 3: I got it. I wanted to play it. Played 2 hours of it. Gave it to my brother because I was like, this is a game that I'm never gonna play. And it was fun as hell. Like within that 2 hours, I trained. I learned how to fight. I fought a dragon, which was amazing. The problem was it's so big. I didn't want to hurt the game. Like I didn't want to have poor feelings for the game where it was just like the game's just so long. I can't level. I don't want to just solely play this game. And my brother's into Skyrim and immensely in Fallout, those sort of games, the same sort of gameplay. So where you can spend hours in it. So I gave it to him, and he was playing the heck out of it too. So, but anyway, this game wasn't on my radar. It's just this game has been talked about since 2012.
Yeah, it's been around a while. The rumors.
No one knows if it's coming to PlayStation or Xbox, but it is coming to PC, I believe.
Well, actually, right now, this news says that it's like the third paragraph. It says that it's for PlayStation 4 as well as PC and Xbox One. So it's everywhere except Switch.
Interesting. Well, there's a very I wouldn't say naked girl on it, but
it's a cyberpunk girl and a cyberpunk man with a cyberpunk gun.
It's not very Nintendo. When I look, then again, I mean, there's Doom on Nintendo now, so I mean,
although that is the worst version, probably. I think I heard that was the worst version.
Doom,
like on Switch.
I thought that was okay. I thought
it's okay, but like
I thought they added stuff to it too.
I'm sure, but like I think how it plays is not as smooth as PS4. Well, I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe there was updates.
Oh, that's why I was with ports too. I mean, you're taking a big thing and trying to put it in the Switch, which isn't a horrible, spec-wise console, but it's not as good as obviously Xbox One X or PS4 Pro. But this game, yeah, I can't see that with the title, with that picture right there. I don't see it on Switch right away. Like I don't see Switch trying to advertise this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Plus, it might be very graphics heavy, depending on what kind of gameplay they're going for, because there has yet to be a gameplay trailer or talk of gameplay. So
yeah,
they say it's going to be at E3. Well, most likely almost certainly be at E3. So you never know. But that'd be very interesting to see what this is about. Like I said, it's been around talk since 2012. So, Jonah, do you have anything to say on this game?
For me, one thing that you should know about me is I always get excited for these kind of games.
Why these kind of games? What kind of games are you talking about?
These really large RPGs. They're like The Witcher or these high tech space kind of games like this or Mass Effect. And then I play it, and there's so much things to do, and I just don't do them. And eventually, I start doing them, but then I get bored of doing the side quests, and then I come back a couple of days later. I forgot what I'm doing, so I'm demotivated.
My first experience with that was in Morrowind, Elder Scrolls 3 for the original Xbox, and see, when I was playing Grand Theft Auto 3 when it came out for PS2, it was a very scaled down Grand Theft Auto compared to today. So, but I always wanted more. I always wanted more to do. Like I was just like I wanted to be able to do more. Then Vice City came out. You can do more stuff. It was fun. San Andreas, stuff like that. And then I heard, about Morrowind. I was like asking people, like, what can you do in Morrowind? Like, how big is the game? Is it long? Everyone's like, oh man, you can pretty much do whatever you want. It's just crazy. It's huge. You can do this, that, and the other thing. I was like, oh, that's great. I can't wait to play it. So when I got an Xbox, that was like one of the first games I went out to get besides Halo because that came with the Xbox. But I got the game. I sat down. I created my character. I played it for about, again, 2 hours. And I was like, I'm bored. Yeah. I'm bored. I'm sure there's a million things you can do, but when you put me in a game that kind of gives me stuff to, like, there's still limitations. You kind of have to, you can do everything you want, but you have to stick to the game's rules of what you can do. So it's like, not really what I was expecting. And I'm not a fan of the, like, when you talk to somebody, like, you have to choose the next conversation. Like, I don't know.
That reminds me also, I played Dragon Quest, or not Dragon Quest.
Dragon Ball Z?
Maybe it was Dragon Quest Origins? Dragon Age Origins. And I played the hell out of that, and I loved that game. And then I played Dragon Age Inquisition, and I think they were warning people not to get too caught up in doing quests around the starting area, because it's really large. There's got a lot of stuff to do. I didn't heed those warnings, and I was like, okay, this thing, and I'll do the next thing. But I did the thing, and there was somebody in the distance that he needed help, so I did that, and I kept doing things, and I just got so bored with that game. I never went back, and I wish I did go back, because that game looked amazing, and it's Dragon Age. I love Dragon Age Origins. I never played 2. But Dragon Age Origins was one of my favorite games.
See, if I had unlimited time and I had the option... See, those are the sort of games where it's like, I would buy them, put them on my shelf, and then find some time to, like... I don't know, it's like one of those things... It's like... I don't know, it's funny. It's like thinking, like, okay, this is what I'm going to do when I retire. I was going to take a game and just get lost in the game. Play like it should be. Like, now... I'm young. I don't have time to play 60 plus hours of one game. Like, I just want to, because the people that play those games, I feel like they take their life and they put it into that game. And it's like, there's so many other games to play, like, dab in here, dab in there, do something with the game. I'm not saying it's bad to do that, but that's in my brain. Like, I don't have time to sit and play, because I'm I love to be immersed in a game, like, story-wise. So when I put a game in, like, I want to be able to finish it in about one sitting. Like, that's my game, because I look at it like a movie. I get the whole experience. I feel it. I want to do it. When you're doing 60 hours plus game for the base game, I'm playing it like 2 hours at a time. And sometimes I might not be able to play it for a week. And then to jump in and, like, kind of figure out what you're doing, it always throws me off. It's like, all right, where the hell was I? What the hell was I doing? Like, what quest am I on? It's just, for me, I can't, right now, it just doesn't work for me to want to play a game like that. Like, I just need to, I don't know. And it's nothing against the games. Like, I would love to play the game. Like, I would love to play The Witcher 3. But then, at the same time, I'm very, like I said, story-driven. So, me jumping into Witcher 3 wanted me to play Witcher 1 and 2 first before I play 3, because they're always talking about backstories. Like, I gotta know how that person got to this position. Same thing with God of War. Oh, you don't really have to play the other ones, but I want to, because I want to feel this character. Like, when I was playing Metal Gear Solid series, that series is all over the place, but you really want to get into the mind of Big Boss, so you want to play the prequels. All of the prequels. You want to go way back to the MSX games, or the original Metal Gear 2, just to kind of get your mindset on where this character is going. Like, what's this character's story? Like, why is he doing these things? Like, to me, that was why I loved playing those games, because you're trying to find out why this person did what he did, and then they messed it up in Phantom Pain when they took David Hayter's voice out and put Kiefer Sutherland, because why?
He'll never get over that.
But that's another thing. Speaking of these big immersive games, big games, not immersive, but that's what they did with Phantom Pain. Or, that's what Metal Gear Solid...
Phantom Pain. The Metal Gear Solid 5, that was one of the games that I was really excited for, played for an hour, and then I just hated. I just didn't like it at all.
Well, the beginning mission was interesting. You do the whole thing, but then you have the Outer Haven, and then you have all...
The open world.
the open world. And to me, that took me out of the Metal Gear story. Like, Metal Gear to me was always, it was a movie. It was always, you're doing what the movie wanted you to do, and the storyline wanted you to do it. And this is kind of like, okay, go take your horse over here, go this side mission, that side mission. It's like, I get what you're doing, because a lot of games are doing this now. You want to get a lot of people to play this game for a while. But Metal Gear Solid 4 was freaking amazing because it stuck to one path and did it. The PSP games, they kind of did the same open world thing, and I wasn't a fan. They were fun because they were handheld, but they just weren't as immersive. Like Metal Gear Solid 3. Play that now. That's still a phenomenal story. And Metal Gear Solid 4, a phenomenal story. But just because it keeps you in there. Imagine Metal Gear Solid 3 were just open world. I don't know if it'd be the same thing, because you'd be spending so much time over here, you'd forget what's happening over here, and this, that, and the other thing. But anyway.
I think that game got caught up with the idea that being able to sell a lot of hours of replay value and all this open world freedom as a selling point. Just say open world in the trailers. Then people buy that. Yeah. That's why it became open world.
Right, that's why.
But it hurt the game, I think.
And like I said, that's the one I have not finished, because it's like...
And isn't the game also unfinished?
Apparently it's unfinished.
There's like a whole chapter.
I don't know, because I never got that far. But Carmine, who's usually here, he says there is no end game to that. So, and that hurts me as a Metal Gear Solid fan, because every single one had a amazing ending. Like, it's just, story-wise, too. And this, they messed it up.
It's a very emotional.
They messed it up. And, yeah. So that's why I don't really get into the big open world games, because there's just so much to do. It's not that it's bad. I think it's amazing that you can do all these things. It's just time. I don't have.
One thing I like about
my mind just can't focus on one game.
With games like Dragon Age Origins, which I wasn't open world. I think you just go on the map and just go to different places. I liked being able to just click where I wanted to go and just go there. But with open world games, I have to go there and I
travel there.
Yeah, and I sometimes I get lost. I'm just like, okay, where am I? If I go over to that mountain, what's over there? I don't like having.
Well, it's like Red Dead Redemption. Carmine's, I've heard great things.
Which will have a trailer tomorrow.
Yes, if you're watching this or listening, then the trailer's out.
If you're watching. T-shirts.
I always says that.
We'll have T-shirts.
I always say that. I can't talk tonight. Anyway, I tried playing it, but once again, it's an open world thing. I couldn't do it. So actually, I cheated and watched all the cinematics to get the whole story. And I mean, when I played of it, the gameplay was awesome. I love how like the riding of the horse and everything like that. I'll go back to it one day, definitely. I'll even get the second one, but I'm not. I just another game I couldn't do because it's so big and there's so many side missions and stuff like that. And you're always like constantly, you have to ride your horse here, you have to ride your horse there. It's like, that's time that I don't need. Just, get me there. Tell me the story. Whatever. But it's a fun game. Definitely a fun game. But once again, because it's open world, I just couldn't really get it.
Yeah.
It's like with Grand Theft Auto, what I was talking about. A lot of times I was just goofing off in those games. I never really played the story. I think Grand Theft Auto 4 was... And San Andreas I beat, but like the actual story.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5. I jumped into it, played it for about 2 hours, tried to play the story, but it was just like, all I wanted to do was drive a car and hit jumps and stuff. Like I never could get into the game and do the side missions and stuff like that. And here it is. It's like one of the greatest online games that's still going strong today, but it was just, that's the same thing. It just... I don't know, it's just where I am in my life. If I was a teenager still, I'd probably try to beat it, because I loved those games back in the day. But I still love it too. It's just I knew I didn't have time to do that. So
I actually only got Grand Theft Auto 5 to play online with my friends, but I still didn't like it. And when I played the story, I still didn't like that. So I just didn't like Grand Theft Auto 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. What the good thing about it being so popular is it kept its resale value, so I can just trade it back to GameStop for like $50.
Well, that's good too. Yeah, I did actually do the same thing. This was before I actually stopped that. I usually keep all the games I get now just in case, because there's a lot of games that I sold back over the years that are worth like double the price now, and I'm like, And I keep my games in like really awesome condition. Like, and you go to get a used game now, you're like, oh, I got a good deal. Okay, sure, I had to pay the same price as a new game, but whatever. At least I have it back. And then you realize like the manuals are like crumbled up and stuff. Like people don't take care of their crap, and this upsets me because I took care of the games, and
sometimes
not a lot of people do.
Sometimes when I trade some of the games I don't really care about in, I keep the manual if it has one. They usually don't. I keep the manual, any inserts, and like sometimes the case itself, and I put it in like a little box and I just give them the game because it's the same price.
Is it really?
Yeah, they only buy the game. You can keep the case if you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get where you're going with that. At least because if you ever want the game back, you can just buy the disc. You don't have to worry about buying the whole thing complete. Problem is though, people that sell the disc only, sometimes they're not in good shape.
That's true. But if I buy it in a case and their case is bad, I can just put it in my
swap it. I got you. That's actually good thinking. Because a lot of times, like I was just complaining about, it's just the manual's messed up or the case isn't the same, and it could be the store owners too, depending on where you get it from. But how the hell we get to that?
I don't know.
We're talking about Grand Theft Auto and you sold it back. Got you. So anyway, Cyberpunk 2077. It's not on my radar.
It's on my radar. It shouldn't be, and I'll play it, and I won't finish it. But it's on my radar.
I'm very interested to see what kind of game it is, though. Yeah. I mean, we've been kind of staring at the same picture now for all this time, so it's basically the girl that's in her underwear with some guy with a gun pointing to her head.
Is that a tube top?
Something like that. I don't know the keywords. But anyway.
I think the only other thing I can think of for E3, I don't think you have it up, but Remedy, the guys behind Beyond Two Souls and Quantum Break, and maybe, I think they also did, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Those guys, they might have an announcement at E3. So if you like Quantum Break, Beyond Two Souls, which is free this month on PS Plus, look forward to that, I guess.
What are they making?
A new game, E3.
Oh, they're just in
we don't know what it is. It's just a game.
It's gonna be at E3. Nice.
Yeah.
For what system?
Probably PS4. They do a lot of Quantum Break was Xbox One exclusive. Beyond Two Souls was PS4 exclusive. Max Payne it was on PS2.
PS2, yeah, Max Payne was a really fun game. The first two games were really cool. I never played the third one because, once again, I feel like they just kind of messed up and tried to just jump into what's current genre, and then it just, I don't know. Carmine played it. I don't think he has too much bad to say about it, but it just never really, it wasn't like the first two. The first two was very, very interesting. Yeah,
so maybe they'll get back into that old Max Payne era, golden age they had. I heard Quantum Break was good. But I hated Beyond Two Souls. I bought the game on PS3, and I hated it. It was so boring.
That's like Dark Souls, right?
No, it's the game that had Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe like digitally inserted into the game, and they played themselves.
Yeah.
But it wasn't their they were the different characters.
What was the game about?
I don't know. It's Ellen Page.
I know the cover of the game. I thought it was part of like the whole like same thing as Dark Souls, where it's like really hard and.
I mean, no.
Maybe it's just because it's Beyond Two
Souls.
Like, it's got to be hard.
I remember, like, Willem Dafoe is like a scientist, and Ellen. I don't even know if is it Ellen Page? Am I thinking about?
Yeah,
Ellen Page.
Yeah,
she's got like
from the actress from
Juno.
Yeah. I was gonna say Juno's fine.
Yeah, Juno's fine. And she's got like superpowers, like telekinetic powers. I don't know, and she's like, we see her growing up or something. I don't know. And she's bullied. It just wasn't a great game.
Very strange.
And it also lost its value very quickly. So trading it in would have got me like $2. So didn't do that.
What's that game? Del Toro. What's he making?
Oh, the
Death Stranding.
Yeah.
I was like Stranding. Mm-hmm. That's going to be obvious. They were saying at E3, right? That's
I assume it's going to be at E3. I haven't heard anything.
That's going to be recently. A game where it finally comes out, and I'm not going to give a crap because it's just too long.
They're playing coy.
That's going to be a PS5 game? Is that what they're saying?
Oh, I don't know. I hope not.
Or next gen? I think Karma was saying that last week. Anyway, I feel like that's got to have something soon, or else everyone's just going to be like, well, it's just, okay, so you're just working on these demos for E3 every year, and then you're going to finally release a game, and it's not going to be good. I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of hype for nothing.
Yeah, and it's got... And the fact that Guillermo del Toro is involved in the game is really exciting, because he's a great director.
Well, he just made that...
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water, which...
Ladyfish.
Yeah. Which was apparently amazing.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters. I liked it. I think... I don't know what I was expecting when I was like... I walked in and I was like thinking there was going to be some kind of action scenes. And there was. But there wasn't really. Because I got spoiled by all these Marvel movies. So I go into a movie theater thinking there's going to be a lot of action.
There's no Thanos
even though this
in
is
here.
This is The Shape of Water, and it's just like a romance all the way through.
Yeah.
And there's like the bad guy does some stuff, but it's a good movie.
I like Pan's Labyrinth. That was a really good movie.
Yeah,
Did you ever see it?
I saw Pan's Labyrinth a long time ago.
Yeah, that's an old movie. Well, not old, but older movie, and that was I enjoyed that.
Yeah. But one thing though, I don't know how involved he is with making the game itself, because I remember I saw an article with him saying that he doesn't know what the game's about either. So
I don't know. We'll have to ask Norman Reedus.
I know he's like his like likeness is in the game. I saw him holding a baby, and in that one cutscene.
I don't know. Trailer. The trailers are so weird, or these teasers are so weird that I don't know. It's just gonna be a weird game. Maybe if not, it's just gonna be Pac-Man.
It might be Pac-Man with cutscenes.
With cutscenes. Yeah. With babies. Just random.
This is going to be exclusive to that new Atari console.
That's right. It's got to be crowdfunded first, though.
Yeah. Man.
Or else it's going to have nothing to give.
Man, Death Stranding. We need to see something, like gameplay for that game at E3. Or it's been too long. When did they announce it?
It's already been too long.
2015? 2016?
I don't know.
It's been a while.
It's been too long. It's been so vague. It's been so weird, and it's just like the Final Fantasy VII remake, which they're saying they had to once again like start from scratch again.
Really?
Yeah. It's just like, come on, like, were we really, really dying to play Final Fantasy VII again? The people that would play it are the people that already know how the story goes. So what are you going to do? Change the story to make it like, oh my god, I didn't see that coming. And I mean, how different? I guess it's going to be a whole. It's not just going to be a remake now. Now it's going to be like a whole. I don't know. It's just, you know.
Is it maybe it's moving away from the episodic thing they were talking about before? So it's going to be an actual.
Well, that'd be a stupid
game.
idea. I figure they were just trying to get more time to do it that way. If they do it episodic, that way you can be like, oh, here's episode 1 while we're still working on episode. I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like, give it out or don't give it out at all. Just move on to Final Fantasy. What number are we on? 20? 15, 16.
We're on 15. They just released a Game of the Year edition 15, which I'm mad about because I bought it on launch.
I knew you were going to do that.
Yeah.
And they knew you were going to do that.
Yeah.
So they did that to despise you?
Yes, to despise me. Yeah, they
spite you.
Yeah, that's the one. 16. Hopefully this time we won't be a bunch of dudes in leather clothes on a road trip.
Bunch of hipsters with swords.
Yeah, and also with one thing I keep forgetting is that 15 was supposed to be like versus 13 coming out in like 2007.
Yeah, what was the one where you can like grapple and like something? There was a trailer for it. Like you're just saying. It wasn't versus, it was something else.
Grapple.
But it was really fast, like a fast-paced gameplay.
For Final Fantasy?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I know with Final Fantasy 15, Lightning. Well, that's the main character of Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, I don't know.
But I know with Final Fantasy 15, you're able to like launch yourself, like launch your weapon and teleport to it. So maybe that's the thing.
I don't know. I didn't play 15.
And that's a cool mechanic. But yeah, I just
with Death Stranding and Final Fantasy 7, make it or don't. Show us something.
We're not going to see anything with Final Fantasy 7.
But it's like, what the heck? What are we waiting for? Do we really care at this point? It's like you guys apparently didn't have a plan for it. You just felt like being, hey, we're going to remake this. How are we going to do that? I don't know.
I wish they'd make Dragon Quest games as often as they make Final Fantasy games. It's just.
Well, Dragon Quest is on what number now?
11.
11.
But like usually But like, actually, the last console one we got was Dragon Quest VIII on PS2, because we got a bunch of handhelds in between.
Yeah. Well, I guess it fit better on a handheld.
Yeah.
For the time being.
And Dragon Quest X was like a MMO exclusive to Japan.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, that is some E3 random talk. So, Jonah, I think we ran out of things to talk about. Unless you have any final thoughts on some stuff.
I think we should register for E3
right now. We'll have our own
we don't want to
booth.
miss this.
We'll have our own booth.
People can meet the Cartridge Blast.
You
gamers.
fly me out there. I'm game.
Okay, fly us out there, E3.
It's part of my. It's part of my registration.
We'll sponsor you. E3 2018 is sponsored by the Cartridge Blast gamers.
You know you could use all the promotion you can get.
And we have a YouTube channel.
We do.
Don't look at the stats.
It's all false news. Someone hacked their site, so all the numbers are off.
Yeah.
We really have millions. Like our one viewer right now, it's really 1 million, but it's just messed up. Anyway, Jonah, final thoughts on some of this stuff that we talked about.
Excited for E3. I really hope they they show some stuff for a Metroid Prime and Bayonetta 3. Because we only saw like a short cutscene for Bayonetta 3 at its announcement.
Yeah. I've learned not to get any hopes up for anything.
I always get my hopes up. I never learn. Like every single year, I'm just like, there's going to be some fantastic announcements. And it's always subpar.
Labo. Amazing.
Labo.
Get it while it's hot.
I'm getting it while it's hot.
Before
tastes like cardboard.
Before they cut too many trees down and there's no more Labo.
We ran out of Labo.
Build more Labo trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just cut me off.
I'm sorry. I am also optimistic for Destiny 2's expansion. There's going to be a new raid lair, new equipment, and I'm excited, at least for the initial month.
I'm excited. You're excited that you're getting excited about this game.
Yes.
I'm interested to see where it goes.
So while I'm still a bit iffy on if they are doing everything they need to do, I'm happy that this is better than the Curse of Osiris expansion, which didn't really do much.
I'm living my Destiny experience through you.
That's so beautiful.
So
it's the nicest thing you ever said.
Destiny, give him what he wants.
Give me what I want.
So I can live vicariously through him.
Okay.
In the game. I don't know really E3 what to expect. Unfortunately, in my mind, I'm already excited for the next gen. Like, ooh, what are you guys gonna do? What do you guys got? Because this gen disappointed me with Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid 4 was last gen. I was all for that. And Halo last gen. I was all for that. This gen, they didn't do so much with that. So it's like it's all changing now. It's like, what do you get excited for? More 80+ hour games or more games like Cuphead? So, or games like Mario Odyssey, which
has a lot of content, but not like content that's there to have content and expand your hours artificially.
Right. So, anyway, it'll be interesting, but I'm curious to see Smash Brothers. I'm interested. I'm just interested to see what it's going to be, who's going to be in it, if they're going to change anything, or is it going to still be the same? I don't know. I mean, can you change a game like that and get away with it?
I mean, team deathmatch now. Is
Is
there a team deathmatch in Smash Bros? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay.
They've had that since N64. You can choose your colors. You can either be on the same team or you can be everyone for themselves.
My bad. Maybe they'll have a knives only.
You know what was confusing
Slap
you?
fight.
The N64 controller. You didn't know how to choose those options back then.
Yeah, I was like, I just put the game in, held the controller, and that was it.
And yelled,
I didn't play the game.
Yelled at your TV.
I was like, do something. Hey, you Pikachu.
So, but are you excited for Pokemon?
Yes, very excited for Pokemon.
So, what do you think? It's going to be a color, or do you think it's going to be like a whole new crazy
I feel like they ran out
open
of
world, open world Monster Hunter style Pokemon game without killing anybody?
Without killing anybody. Well, they changed their naming schemes.
First person shooter.
First person shooters Pokemon. It's Pokemon. I don't know. Bravo, Pokemon Bravo, Bravo and Alpha.
Pokemon out for justice. This time it's personal.
This now you're like a child soldier. That's how you start out as fighting the Pokemon War of 1912.
They've turned on us. It's an army of Charizards and Mewtwo's.
You have to collect Okay, that's going on the time.
We're gonna make this movie.
Yeah. So Pokemon, I'm very excited for that. I don't know if they're making like a 2 versions this time. Maybe they'll be content with a 1 ultimate version.
Well, this is interesting because this is gonna be a first time that it's actually. Well, it depends on what kind of Pokemon game it is. Because
if it's a mainline Pokemon, it's always been a handheld. If it's a spin-off, there's some on like GameCube and.
Well, but I mean, like, what do you think it's going to be like? Something. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but that's something I'm interested in, just to find out what it is. I haven't played Pokemon game in a long time, but actually since Pokemon Yellow.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, to me, most of them were the same game. I don't know until when did they really change it?
Well, I think the real big changes came with the 3rd generation Ruby Sapphire.
I was gonna say that
because I hate this story. This is because with Pokemon Silver,
story time.
Pokemon Silver and Pokemon Yellow, like those generations, their box system sucked. So so if your box was full, you couldn't catch a Pokemon, and that's not the only change. Obviously, they have like color and stuff now with Ruby and Sapphire. But
what about any animations? They have battle animations.
Yeah, they added like your sprites that like move and stuff, and it's all smooth. But with Pokemon Silver, I ran across a shiny Pokemon. Do you know what those are?
Is that like the cards where they're shiny, they're important?
No, it's like when
I failed.
It's like
I tried and I failed.
It's like a Pokemon that's a different color, like there's there's a Pokemon that's red, like a Charizard.
Okay.
A shiny Charizard is black.
Why? Does he shine?
Well, when he shows up, there's like a glimmer.
Oh, okay.
It's like a 1 out of 8,000 chance that shiny Pokemon will show up.
Okay, so they're more important.
Yeah,
harder to catch. Rare Pokemon.
Very rare Pokemon. That's the backstory. I ran across a blue Rapidash, which is it's like a flaming unicorn, which is awesome.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it showed up, threw the Pokeball, couldn't throw it. My box was full.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that was the only shiny Pokemon I ever encountered in my life.
And your box was full.
My box was full.
Clean your damn box, son.
I just caught a Rhyhorn right before that.
A Rhyhorn?
Yeah.
I'm not up to date with the Pokemon. It's like I said, my last one was Yellow, which was like the first generation of them, so I didn't know.
That story still hurts me.
I moved on to Magic after Pokemon. I never actually played the Pokemon card game. I collected the heck out of them, the first generation, and then I moved on to Magic, and I traded the set in, or I made my cousin pay me for the set. I don't know, but I gave him all my Pokemon stuff.
You forced him to buy your set.
You want to buy this. $100.
Yeah, same here. I never really knew how to play the Pokemon trading card game. I just liked the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of the shiny ones.
Well, that was with me with Magic. Like, the Magic the Gathering game had, like, professional artists draw these amazingly graphic pictures on the cards, and it was just cool to play. See, that's why, because Carmine, he played a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I remember watching the show, and I liked the show. I thought the show was cool, because, like, I don't know why, with I guess the card, like, the first generation, like, the first whatever it was. I thought that was interesting, that, like, he became, like, the card master or whatever.
Yeah.
Or what is it? It was Yu-Gi-Oh! And then he became Yugi or something?
The other form was Yami.
Yami.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about, but I just liked the card, whatever. But I never played the actual card game. I just watched the show for a little bit.
Well, yeah, after I got over Pokemon's trading card game, I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! And I like that card game a lot. But
I don't know how we got this far. Anyway,
we're on tangents today.
Yeah, so we'll end this now. I guess that's our final thoughts. We're excited for E3.
Excited for Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic.
I'm more excited for see what Nintendo's going to bring to the table. I'm excited for PlayStation to find out what they're going to do with any surprising announcements. I'm not really too thrilled or excited about their press conference because it's probably going to be just okay. Here's some trailers. Enjoy. But I'm excited to see what Phil Spencer's going to bring out. He usually gets excited for these things. They really need something to really hype people up for Xbox and not just Anthem. I don't know. So I'm excited to see what he has to say.
We need to see more Anthem. We need to see Anthem at E3.
Well, I honestly, just something. I mean, Anthem's not going to get ready for a while, but
I need to see Anthem.
I like to see something else besides
We
Anthem.
need to see Artifact.
There you go. Do that for Jonah.
The trading card game.
Yeah.
The online trade. That's one thing I don't like about these like Hearthstone and Anthem. I like the physical cards.
Yeah, it's all digital.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, that's the same thing. Like, I tried playing a Magic the Gathering card game online, or the actual game.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Not the same.
It's not the same. Because you can get, like, okay, I'm going to get a random card. Yeah, but in real life, you can get a random card, and it's in your deck. Like, that's just, like, I don't know.
Exactly.
It's like, how do they make that random?
Exactly.
Like, you go to the store, you buy a deck, okay, maybe a rare card's in there. You don't know, but it's physical. So someone, eventually somewhere, put a random card in there. Versus a digital pack, which the game itself might just be hacked to not give you any rare cards. You don't know.
I remember, that is one thing that reminded me of, was, like, a long time ago, and like, when I was collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards, one of the packs, at least one of the boxes, you could tell which pack had a hollow in it by weighing it. Because the hollow weighed a little bit more, like a tiny bit more.
Do you bring a scale with you to the store?
Yeah. You just bring the scale, you just put it. I was like, oh, that's the one.
This is it.
Oh, that was
Raichu's gonna kill everybody.
Yeah, it was Yu-Gi-Oh.
My bad. Yu-Gi.
That was fun.
Urameshi.
Yeah, I think they fixed it, or I just got bored of the game.
Probably.
Before.
Talk to Carmen. Him and his brothers were playing that nonstop.
Yeah. So I think we got on a tangent again. Should we end the podcast?
Is that where we're going with this? Yeah, let's do that. Guys, we appreciate you watching and or listening. If you have any thoughts on anything we talked about, leave them in the comments down below.
Like, comment, subscribe.
And hit that bell so you know when we're going live and or throwing some random videos up. So anyway, guys, we do thank you for watching and or listening. Once again, I'm John for Cartridge Blast Gamers.
I'm Jonah.
Stay awesome. Be excellent to each other. We'll see you next time. Peace.